I'm calling this meeting to order at 1:05 p.m.
Member Brown,
Present?
Member Edwards, Member Jackson, Member Smith, Chair Frazier. You
Present.
have a quorum.
Comments from guests? Any written complaints? I know that I have one, but did any come in?
Do you want to follow up on the previous ones?
Yes.
And those were the ones dated for July?
These were the ones that were presented last month.
Okay.
Okay, so this first one, I spoke to Miss Barbara. She's still waiting to hear back from George about her son's headstone. This is the one where they got hit with a lawnmower, and she said it kind of knocked it off the base a little bit. So I have been keeping in contact with her, letting her know that we are working on that, and she was okay with that. The next one is a new one that we just got in October. Her flowers came up missing in the flag, military flag. We replaced her flag, but we let her know the dates of when things have to be took up from the cemetery. That's why the flowers were took, because it was time for them to get rid of the stuff. She was upset about it because she said they hadn't died yet, but I told her around this time last year, it was cold, so the flowers would have been dead. When we gotta, go with our dates, not with the season. So she was okay. We replaced the military flag. George and them got another one. The lady that came about the headstone being chipped, she came and saw it, and she was pleased with that, so she's fine. And this is Miss Irma with the light. So I've been dealing with her back and forth. Her son died in '93. So I guess back then we didn't have the kind of rules that we have in place now. So she had like a light. It was kind of attached to the headstone, but it was out. So it would be in the way of the mowing. So the light was hit and knocked off, and she wanted us to replace it. But I let her know about, how the cemetery rules have changed since with her son passed. I do have pictures for you guys of that. And she just wanted to know, can we do something? Can we replace a light? I spoke to Mr. Little about it. He feels like if we do that for her, then we'd have to do it for everybody. So, and that's our update.
What kind of light was it? A solar light or lamp or what?
So it was a solar light, and I'll show you these pictures.
Okay, thank you.
So it is like it's out of the rules and regulations now because it's far out. That's what she said. She believed we record more got it.
Okay, thank you for those updates. So the other ones that you received, I think it was in October, if we can get a copy of those. I did get a call yesterday and some pictures, and she was planning on coming today, but she wasn't able to come. So she plans to be here next month, but this one caused me to pull the rules back out. So she had decorated, and she decorates for each holiday, so I'm gonna pass this down. And was just last week. And she decorated, and then she said the guys were out there cleaning and everything. And then the next day, when she went back out, which happened, so this is her husband's grave. The next day, the next day when she went back out, almost everything was removed. Just looking at the pictures and comparing to the rules, some of the stuff should have not been on there. So I'm not sure if she's aware of all the rules. I'm going to make sure, but this is the way the grave looked just a couple of days later. And she had plenty of family out there at the time because her stepdaughter was being buried at that time. So I told her I will look into it and get back to her, and just asking, are these signs posted so that families know?
There's one in each pavilion, on each, in the back pavilion, and one at the park where they do it. There's also one in front of the office, on the sign on front of the office, and one as you come around the curve on a 4x4 in the Memorial Park, and one on a telephone pole by the maintenance building.
Okay, and I'm gonna follow up, but she definitely is planning on coming to next meeting, and I'm gonna make sure personally that she gets this, the rules, and this is the latest that I have, and this is, just want to make sure this is still the case. And so, and I understand, just like with the one that Gabby just said, that, her son was buried back in '93. So with that being said, things have changed. So we just gotta make sure that people are updated. Okay, with that being said, if nothing else on that topic, approval of meeting minutes from September 9th, 2025.
I move that the minutes from September 9th be approved.
I second it.
Motion by Brown, second by Smith. Member Brown?
Yes.
Member Edwards? Yes. Member Smith? Yes. Chair Frazier?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Friends of Crystal Springs and Morton Hill Cemeteries.
Good afternoon, everybody. A report for the last month. We had 9 new members sign on to our Facebook page. And most of those members came in as a result of, I put a posting on the Ben Harbor St. Joe history page about looking for any information or photographs of the original fencing that was placed around Morton Hill Cemetery. I had received word that there originally was a wrought iron fence around the cemetery. During the World War II, scrap metal dried out, the fence was removed and donated to scrap metal. So, and the possibility in the future that we may replace that with donations and stuff, I was looking for any information that we could have on that fence. So if we do try to replace it with something similar to what was installed. I have not received any additional positive information that there was a fence there or what it was designed for or who it was designed by. But so we're hoping that we'll still get information in the future on that. But based on that post, I think we received 9 new members to our Facebook page. Other than that, I spent most of my time working on the maps of the cemetery and stuff. And attached to your handout sheet is, I modified the original Crystal Springs map by adding the sunset portion. The original map didn't have that on there. It was just sort of pointed up in a direction. It's up there someplace. So now by looking at this map, people can see where it is and how to get to it from either entrance. Now, I did chop off the Memorial Park section of the map that was originally on this. And I plan on modifying that over the wintertime, make that a separate and a larger map for Memorial Park. I also added more maps, and I added on the Facebook page. If you go to our Facebook page, across below the picture on the Facebook page, you see some options, and there's a section called Media. If you were to click on Media, and then you have two more options and select Albums, and you click on Albums, you'll see one that is pictures that are coming in from Ben Franklin. That's the great-great-grandson of Herman, Herman Voigt, the superintendent. And the other option you got there is Maps of Crystal Springs. And I've added several maps on that page, on that option, that you can see this map we've got here, the original map, and also maps I made up for how to get to the entrance to the ravine. And also another map that shows points of interest if you to go down a ravine and walk around the path. So I've added those maps. That's where I spent most of my time last month. But also during that time period, we had the other people working down in the ravine area, trimming and making preparations for our ravine tour we're having October 28th. It's 2 weeks from today, and it starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's being posted both by Friends of Crystal Springs and also the Ox Creek Restoration Organization. So I invite anybody that's interested and would like to see what's going on down there in the ravine and the features down there, to please come out October 28th at 3 o'clock. And Morton Hill, the only thing we've done on that the last month is, again, that we've made a posting about looking for information about the fencing that was originally around Morton Hill Cemetery. And what we plan to do next month is to work with Sustain Ox Creek for the tour, October 28th. So come out through that and continue working in Morningside Drive, expanding and cleaning up the trail along the north side of the ravine, the lower ravine. And continue working with Ben Franklin on getting more photographs out of the family photo album of the Herman photo album, and keep that activity going. Anybody have any questions? Happy to see Mr. Edwards be part of the cemetery group. If not, then have a good month and hope to see you the 28th.
Unfinished business, update on maintenance/repairs.
Well, it's not a lot is taking place on the maintenance repairs. I did meet with the engineers on the work they're doing with the water and pumping system out there. We're now trying to do what we can the rest of this year so that come spring we would be able to have those pumps operating and water available within the park. It's a discussion we had a couple of hours ago with our engineers in terms of where that is. In fact, we had hoped to do so yet this year, but the people we were trying to get to come and do it, they just couldn't get it in their schedule for now. That's about it for right now. I could mention, I don't know if it has any bearing, but MDOT has a bridge load testing program, and I don't know how, for some reason, our bridge there in the cemetery is on the schedule to be tested for the weights and so forth.
Is there a date for that testing?
I don't have a date. I'm not sure they had given us a firm date yet.
Okay, thank you. So, on the next unfinished, business update on cemetery personnel, I'm requesting to vote to take this off of the agenda until further notice. Okay, we're gonna be taking that off. Under new business, November meeting date.
So as you know, the election date is November 4th, which would make ours on the 11th, the second Tuesday. However, that is Veterans Day, and the office is closed. So I just need a consensus if you guys want to move that back to the 18th, which is fine. Normally, that would be Planning Commission, because they would have to be moved back, but they chose a different date. So the date of the 18th is open.
I vote that we move it to the 18th, instead of, yeah.
I support.
A motion by Frazier, second by Brown. Member Edwards?
Yes.
Member Smith? Yes. Member Brown?
Support.
Chair Frazier?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Transfer of funds for burials.
So your transfer amount from September 3rd to October 9th is $15,810. There is you'll see a cemetery check that was voted upon last month for $25,005. That has not cleared yet. It just needs to be transferred. We have to get it signed and over, but it's prepped and ready to go. With an ending balance for C management of $21,030. And I think that you're gonna see some difference in the amount due and the invoicing, just because of how the invoicing comes in.
Can you repeat that amount again?
The transfer amount is $15,810 from September 3rd to October 9th.
I move that the transfer of funds take place.
Second.
Motion by Frazier, second by Edwards. Member Smith? Yes. Member Brown?
Support.
Member Edwards?
Yes.
Chair Frazier?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Now, comments from the board.
Thank you. My name is Jerry Edwards, and apologize for being late. However, it should be a hidden blessing to work with this group, Cemetery, so it might probably take me a little time to catch up on what's going on. So I'll probably have some questions for you guys. I don't like jumping anything blindly. Good to see you all still hanging in there. Other than that, have a good rest of the year. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Anyone else on the board have any comments? So I do have a request / comment to vote to have a written notice that only cashier checks from here on out to be accepted for payment, so that we don't incur these NFS fees and and it puts us behind in paying scene management.
Would that be cashier's checks from everybody?
Yes, cashier checks from everyone.
I support that motion to only receive cashier's checks for payments for opening and closings of graves and for the site.
Motion by Frazier, second by Brown. Member Brown?
Support.
Member Edwards?
Yes.
Member Smith? Yes. Chair Frazier?
Yes.
Motion carried.
With that being said, I'll call this meeting to end at 1:26 PM.
Support.
Motion by Frazier, second by Brown. Member Edwards?
Yes.
Member Smith? Member Brown?
Support.
Chair Frazier?
Yes.
Motion carried.